Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, AlbiMTG, and today we'll be taking a look at the article that came out today talking about Commander Anthology Volume 2, and basically how I lost $50 because I wasn't fast enough in selling something that I should have sold when it comes to Commander Anthology Volume 2. So we'll talk about that here for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and just take a look at the article first. So Commander Anthology Volume 2, it'll feature 4 decks. The 4 decks are the Mimeoplasm deck, Duretti Scraps Savant, Kalemne, I believe is how this is pronounced, and then Atraxa Praetor's Voice. These are all reasonable choices in my opinion. I think these are all some of the best options. I probably would have gone with similar options. The one that I knew for sure would be was Atraxa. This is the one that I'm kind of kicking myself over, but nonetheless, Atraxa printed in this one I think is actually just a really good thing for Magic players, more specifically Commander players, but just in general a pretty good thing. So some of the stuff that they have here in the article, they talk about how there are some cool new foils, as well as the fact that they have the legendary card frame, so the Mimeoplasm in foil with the new legendary card frame, Damia Sage of Stone, Vorosh the Hunter, Bosch Iron Golem, Felden of the Third Path, Kalemne, Disciple of Iroas, Anya, Merciless Angel, Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight, Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, Ikra, Shadiki, the Usurper, Ashai, Ojutai, Dragon Speaker, and Rayhan, Last of the Abzan. All of these cards will be printed in foil with the new legendary border, and then in non-foil, there are also some other cool legends that got the legendary border as well. Things like Tuk Tuk the Explorer, Fumiko the Lowblood, Jareth, Gave, Skullbriar, Sazadek, I believe is how that's pronounced, Vorel, and Rexiel the Resin Deep. I really like the Simic colored legendary border. I think that this is my favorite gradient. Either Vorel, or either the blue-green gradient or the black-green gradient. I really like those color combinations when it comes to these legendary borders. So yeah, those are going to be some legendary cards in this set. That will have some new borders, and then of course these ones are foil up at the top, like I said. All of the deck lists are here on the website. Of course, you can find the link to this article down low in the description, and you guys can go ahead and check out the deck list specifically if you want. I'm not really going to go into each of the specific deck lists card by card, but there are some just really cool cards here, like this one in the Mimeoplasm. You get things like Grave Pact, which is a fantastic card. There's just a whole bunch of really sweet ones. Built from scratch with Duretti is a really cool one. This one includes, where is it? I'm looking for one card specifically. There we go. Includes, okay, so it doesn't include the Masterpiece version of Wormcoil Engine. That would be absolutely fantastic if it did. But you do get a version of Wormcoil Engine, which is super nice, in the Duretti deck. In terms of Wait into Battle, the card that I think most people would be excited to see a reprint of is right here, Blade of Selves. This is a card that was only printed in this deck. However, many people started using it in Commander decks, so it did start to get a reasonable price tag going towards it. And then, of course, just with Atraxa, basically everyone's just happy about Atraxa. That's the really big one here. And so let's go ahead and talk about, so first off, I guess, I do want to say I'm excited. I think these are super cool. I don't personally play Commander, but I do think it is a pretty cool little, I think it's a really cool format that it gives a lot of purpose to cards that might not have their purpose after they rotate out of Standard. Personally, whenever I'm playing 100-card singleton formats, I do prefer Canadian Highlander. That's just my format of choice. I already made a video about that earlier, and so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you guys haven't seen that one already. However, I did manage to get this quite cheap. This is, if you can see it on camera, this is the Breed Lethality Atraxa Commander deck. This is still sealed. I don't normally sit on sealed Magic product. I only actually own 2 sealed Magic products right now, one of which being this Breed Lethality deck, and the other one being a From the Vault Lore. Because I did well at pre-release, I ended up winning 2 free copies of From the Vault Lore, but I only really needed one because you only really need one GT or one Dark Depth, so I still have the other one sealed. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Might just sit on it for a little bit longer. But I was going to sell back this Atraxa Praetor's Voice deck at some point. The price that I got it for was much less than it was going for on websites like eBay and TCG Player and things like that. And so if we go ahead and take a look at eBay right now, you can see new listing, 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 new listing. There's one old listing and then yet another new listing. So before the announcement came out today, these were all basically over $120, around the $100 to $120 range here on eBay. And now you can see that a bunch of these are new listings, and a bunch of people are trying to sell these off now that they have the opportunity to do so because of this announcement coming out that they're no longer going to be in such low supply as they were before. People can now have another opportunity to get their hands on the Atraxa deck if they want the Atraxa deck. And this was a card that I knew for sure was going to be reprinted in Commander Anthology, but I felt like I had more time to hold it and then sell it later. However, I was completely wrong. I did not know when they were doing the announcement, and that's probably my fault. Actually, it's not even probably my fault. It's totally my fault. I should have been keeping up with things a little bit more, unfortunately. But like I said, I don't really play a lot of Commander, so I don't really keep up with it too much. So yeah, nonetheless, I'm kind of regretting the fact that I didn't get a chance to sell off this Atraxa Praetor's Voice Commander deck. I'm still debating on what I'm gonna do with it. I could just sit on it again and then wait till the demand goes back up after a long time. Like in a few years, I'm sure the price will go up a little bit more on Atraxa. But she is also the type of card that could possibly be printed in like a Masters set, like we saw Animar printed in Masters 25. The potential to reprint Atraxa is there in Masters sets. So I'm not really too sure what I'm going to end up doing with this. I might just end up opening it now because I do play Canadian Highlander, and really one of the reasons that I did purchase this was because Atraxa goes perfectly in 4-color Infect for Canadian Highlander, which is a deck that I currently have put together. And she was supposed to go in there, but then when I realized the sealed product was over $100, then I realized that I probably shouldn't open it, and I should think a little bit more about whether or not I should actually sell this or not. So notably, we'll go ahead here onto MTG Goldfish. We'll look at a few price things that I wanted to bring up regarding this deck. As you can see, this is from Commander 2016, where Atraxa is from. And 3 of the top 10 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, 3 of the top 10 cards do come from this Atraxa deck. Of course, Atraxa herself being number 1 at about $34 by herself. And then Deep Glow Skate is another card that's located within this deck. 5 mana, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, double the number of each kind of counter on any number of target permanents. Works very well with your Planeswalkers, doubling the loyalty counters, or with some +1/+1 counter synergies. And then also, where is he? There you go. Rayhan, Last of the Abzan. So again, he's getting reprints. So again, these are going to tank the prices a little bit. I'm not quite sure how much they'll tank. That was another thing that I think we'll check here during this video. One card that I can remember was Kalia of the Vast. So this is a card that got printed in Commander Anthology the first go around. So we'll go ahead and take a look at how her price has been doing since the release of Commander Anthology. And as you can see, the price was up around $40 here towards Eldritch Moon Kaladesh, that time period, and now it's back down to about $22. Notably, where is it, Commander Anthology version, this one being only about $19 here, and you can see the prices have dropped pretty dramatically from about $46 at release all the way down to about $19 now. So I definitely missed my chance to sell this when I was supposed to. Just taking Kalia here as an example. So that's pretty unfortunate for me, but again, it happens. It's part of the risk you take in purchasing any Magic the Gathering investment. But nonetheless, when you make a Magic the Gathering investment in terms of MTG Finance, you still end up with Magic cards. And so when you buy something like the Atraxos Praetor's Voice deck, it's very easy to just decide to play with the cards instead of selling them. So that's probably what I'll end up doing here. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll figure that out probably pretty soon here. I'll probably take some time tomorrow to figure out what I'm actually going to do with this. So go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. Do you guys have the Breed Lethality deck? Do you guys like the way that it plays, or do you just like Atrax in general? Is there a different commander that you guys play? Are you excited about Commander Anthology? Of course, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section below. And of course, down below in the description, like I said, you can find the link to this article from Blake Rasmussen talking about Commander Anthology, and you guys can see all the deck lists for the 4 chosen decks down below in the description. Again, hope you guys did have a good time watching this video. Like I said, let me know all of those questions that I asked you earlier about Commander. Do you guys like Atraxa? Are you guys excited for Commander Anthology? All that kind of stuff. If you were me, what would you do? Would you hold on to this Atraxa deck, or would you end up selling this Atraxa deck? Like I said, go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. I hope you had an absolutely fantastic day, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend it with me as I made this video. So, once again, thank you all, and I will see you guys here tomorrow for yet another Magic the Gathering video.